You are Locked On Rockets Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Houston on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hey, and it's another night, and it's another Houston Rockets win as they take it to the Phoenix Suns by a final of 111-104 tonight. And a really well-rounded game where the Rockets showed a lot of toughness and really kind of coasted in that second half, ending up with, of course, a less than 10-point victory. But that game was never in doubt, really, after the third quarter got started after the first few minutes there with the way that the Rockets played, as they pick up win number 41 of the season, guaranteeing at least a 500 record on the season, one win away from guaranteeing the first winning season in a very long time here in the city of Houston. The last time we've seen that was the James Harden era, the last year of that 2019-2020 season. And since then, it has been tough times here in the city of Houston. And here we are with the Rockets about to be back in the winning tradition of things. And then, of course, on to the playoffs. They will be later on this year. Hello and welcome tonight to the Locked On Rockets Postcast. After this win, appreciate you guys for stopping by. I'm your host, Michael Connor. If you're new to our channel tonight, as you're watching live, make sure you hit the subscribe button and come back every time that we have a game. We are doing these shows live. Don't forget as well to go ahead and make sure you check out this show in its audio form. The Locked On Rockets Podcast is the place that you go and search for anywhere that you get your podcast. Search for that, and you will get this show for free. Everybody loves free. I tell you that every single time I mention it, and it is absolutely true. We all love free. Thanks again for joining us here tonight as the Rockets, again, 111-104, the victory over those Phoenix Suns. A lot of things to get into here before we call it a night. Overall, just the toughness of this win. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Man, that Phoenix Suns team is not very good. And, of course, this is a team that's got a lot tied to the Rockets when it comes to the offseason and what could be happening with them. We'll see if anything happens. And then, of course, if the Rockets are involved in it and if you want them to be involved in it, because that's always the next aspect of this is, well, there's a lot of layers to get into. Of course, the silly ejection tonight as well. It'd be nice if basketball wasn't so soft sometimes, but that's the NBA that we live in now. They are absolutely soft in this league, and that is what they are going to continue to do. Let's start things off tonight. Well, let's go ahead and do that, what we're going to be talking about.
This is what you'll be talking about.
The national coverage will probably go ahead and take a look at the ejection that happened tonight. We're going to save that for a couple of minutes from now. I should say the ejections, because there's one on each side for a tussle. Whatever. But to me tonight, what I think you're talking about is setting another reminder. Now, look, Phoenix has been an underachiever all season long. Everybody just, it's kind of funny how the NBA has gone. You know, it's been this league that we've seen the Big Three era happen. And, you know, it worked in Miami. It worked at Golden State. For a few years there with them as well. It worked for LeBron in Cleveland as well, even though that big three probably wasn't as big-ish of a three. No disrespect to Kevin Love. He's probably going to get in the Hall of Fame. It's very easy to get in the Basketball Hall of Fame for NBA players. But I feel like the further along we go, the big three thing has continued to show that it's not the end-all, be-all. It is not the thing that is going to make you great. Then you just go look at that Phoenix team and all season. Like, you see the things with their coaching and whatnot, but you watch them play, and you watch the Houston Rockets play them, and the Rockets are more physical. The Rockets are smarter with the basketball. The Rockets are just a better basketball team, and there's a reason why that Phoenix team is on the outside looking in the West. How do you think about that? You got a Hall of Famer in Kevin Durant. You got a Hall of Famer in Devin Booker, and yes, he'll be a Hall of Famer one day. And then you had a guy that, I mean, look, when he was in D.C., in part because he's a volume guy when he was there because he had to be. Bradley Beal at one point was like a 30-point-a-night guy. And they stink, man. They're 30 and 35. They are absolutely terrible. If I was a Phoenix Suns fan, I'd be pissed. that they didn't do anything at the deadline, that they didn't move away some of those pieces, because that was a waste of time keeping that team together. They're not good. They also, again, don't necessarily like their coach. That will happen too. When you mix all those things, you got a bad basketball team. Now, when you're the good basketball team in these scenarios, we talked about this a lot lately. When you're the good basketball team, which the Houston Rockets are, they are the good basketball team in this scenario. You come into a game like tonight, and this is a game that you have to have, that you should have. And I really just enjoyed, you settle into games as they go. You go back and you kind of run through it. The Rockets, I thought, came out a little sluggish at the start. Then they kind of hit the gas, and they ended up putting it on in that first quarter. Second quarter, played a pretty even game from that point. And really, you got into that third and into that fourth as well, and started to build the momentum in this thing. The good team prevailed tonight. The good team did everything that they typically do. They created turnovers. They didn't turn the ball over themselves. They shot the ball well enough, not unbelievably tonight. I mean, look, heck, Phoenix shot 50% from the field tonight, 36 from three. They outshot the Rockets. Rockets are 45 and 31. But like I mentioned, the important categories, sure, you only beat them by one in the rebounding department, but the Rockets grabbed 11 offensive rebounds to their 5. Turnover department, as I mentioned, they created 17 turnovers of the Memphis Grizzlies. Or not the Memphis Grizzlies. Why did I say the Memphis Grizzlies? I got the standings in front of me. 17 turnovers. The Rockets turned the ball over 9 times tonight. And then the Rockets starters came up and all did their thing, basically. And I think one of the most important aspects of this, and I've talked about him plenty when he is out, I think you see the big difference in this basketball team when Fred VanVleet is on the floor and when he's not on the floor. They are shocker, right? They're a better team with Fred VanVleet. And they have to have him right now because, look, they don't have a point guard at the moment. Without Fred VanVleet, they do not have a point guard. That is a problem. They got to milk him all the way home. There's a different team with him on the floor. He's not going to put up the sexiest box score. He didn't do it tonight. He only played 27 minutes. Ease him back in. 10 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. But you know what he didn't do? Didn't turn the ball over. You know what he does? Kind of gets the offense where it needs to be. And look, I've always been a guy that's been skeptical of the Fred VanVleet thing. There's a lot of money for a guy that isn't a superstar player. But I guess it takes, when the player's not there, to know how important his role is on the basketball team. I think you saw that again tonight for this basketball team as they can get a victory over those Phoenix Suns, a final of 111-104. Rockets improving to 41 and 25 on the season. They move ahead of the 4-seed Lakers in terms of the win column. Lakers have 40 wins on the season. I'm just pulling up the schedule now. They are not playing tonight, but the Lakers have 2 fewer losses than the Rockets. Of course, that's your first-round matchup at this moment. Rockets-Lakers. That'd be a lot of fun to knock them out. They could. I think they can. I absolutely do think they can. We'll see what the Lakers look like. Of course, they're without LeBron. Luke has been banged up as well. Long way to go before that. Rockets got to take care of their business. And again, the top seed or the second seed in the West is still in play for this team. They are still a game and a half back of the 2-seed Nuggets. You got everything to play for in front of you. You have a good enough gap between you and the Golden State Warriors right now, 3.5 games there. That's significant, I guess, unless you just wanted to play Memphis. But you'd rather get to 4 and get that home court in the first round. They got a lot to play for between here and the rest of the regular season. Let's talk about the turning point of the game tonight and who it was the player of the game for the Rockets tonight. That's next here on the Locked On Rockets Postcast. I got a few messages for you tonight, and the first one is from our friends at Wayfair. Your home should reflect your style. With Wayfair, it's easier than ever to make that happen. Whether you're looking for a simple refresh or tackling a big home project, Wayfair has everything you need in one place. Wayfair's huge selection makes it easy to find the perfect piece, no matter your space or budget. From cozy furniture and stylish decor to kitchen essentials and outdoor must-haves. Wayfair has it all and at prices that fit in your budget. Well, you can go find that perfect piece like I mentioned, and I'm sorry if my dogs are barking in the middle of it. My nephews have come home, and it's going to be time to bark. I've been looking for a lot of things in our house. Like, we've been in our home for 4 years now. Hey, Bear, you got to shut up. Live shows and dogs, man. We've been looking for a lot of things in our home. 4 years, like I mentioned, we've been in our home for 4 years, and you never feel like you're putting it all together. Wayfair's been great for us. We found recently a brand new rug for the living room that we loved on Wayfair, and that is where we got it, and we loved it, and it looks great in our living room. Head over to wayfair.com to find something that's just your style today. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Another message for you guys as we continue here on the Locked On Rockets Postcast. This is a message from our sponsor, Intuit TurboTax. Taxes was waiting and wondering and worrying if you were going to get any money back, and then waiting, wondering, and worrying some more. Now Taxes is matching with a TurboTax expert who can do your taxes as soon as today. An expert who gives your taxes their undivided attention as they work on your routine while you get real-time updates on their progress so you can focus on your day. An expert who will find your every deduction possible and file every form, every investment, everything with 100% accuracy. All this so you can get the most money back, and that is guaranteed. No waiting, no wondering, no worries. Now this is taxes. Get an expert now at TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live full service real-time updates only in the iOS mobile app. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. And our final message before we get back to our Rockets discussion, I want to tell you guys about Skims. I found out about Skims. They're making underwear for men. Well, I was intrigued. I've heard so much about their quality from friends and family, so I had to give it a try. Let me tell you, it lives up to the hype. I've always had an issue with underwear. Who doesn't? Fit or comfort or just finding the right style for me, Skims change all that. Their men's line offers something for everyone, from boxer briefs to classic briefs, all designed with the perfect balance of comfort and style. Like I said, I've enjoyed the boxer briefs from Skims. I'm absolutely hooked. It's absolutely perfect for my, pretty active lifestyle. I'm always moving around doing something. They move with me. They never lose their shape. They stay in place all day. Whether I'm working out, which I do every morning, or just running errands, they're the most comfortable and reliable underwear I've ever owned. Plus, the lightweight material feels amazing, almost like you're wearing nothing at all. Shop Skims Men's at skims.com/lockedon and Skims stores. Let them know we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show from the drop-down menu that follows. Again, get that at skims.com/lockedonnba. Locked On Rockets Postcast 111-114. The Rockets winners tonight over the Phoenix Suns. For some reason, I want to keep saying other teams' names. I said the Memphis Grizzlies earlier. Now I'm saying I wanted to say the Golden State Warriors. I'm all over the place with the names tonight. They beat the Suns tonight. How about who was the number? You know what? Actually, before we get there, what was the turning point?
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
I think more than anything, tonight was the Steven Adams and Plumlee ejection. I always forget which Plumlee it is. It's not Mason. It was Mason. I was doubting myself. There's a lot of Plumlees like the Zellers. I don't know which of them are still around playing in the NBA. Mason Plumlee of the Phoenix Suns and Steven Adams decided to bear hug each other and fall to the floor. Well, the Rockets played a little bit more physical after that. Fired them up a little bit. Fired the crowd up, of course. I will say I think it's absolutely silly that both of those players got ejected for that tonight. And we played in the NBA back in the day where you could do a lot worse and get away with it. I know it's different today, and we got review and all that crap, but I just thought it was a little bit silly that they tossed both of those guys tonight. But I think that was one of your turning points of the game tonight that you're still going to be talking about and hearing about tomorrow. How about the players of the game?
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Well, tonight we have multiple candidates because the starting lineup went out and did their thing tonight. Tari Eason had 15. Dylan Brooks had 19. Alpy had 20 points himself. Fred came back. He hit the double digits. Nobody off the Rockets bench had the double digits in points tonight. It was all the starting lineup. Every single guy was over double digits, but I did not mention somebody there. And you could probably figure out who it was. Jalen Green, come on down, sir. Take a bow. 29 points, 8 of 16 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Also grabbed 7 rebounds, had 4 assists. One of his better games that we have seen. And, I mean, look, he's had a lot of good games this season, but one of his better games in a while with Jalen Green out there tonight. So he was absolutely doing his thing tonight. John, I see your comment here. Never apologize for a dog guest appearance. If you're around on our channel, we got Astros baseball coming up here very soon. We do have a rally dog for the show. I've got 3 dogs. None of them have made an appearance on the Rocket show. There's usually one that sits over here to this side of me. His name's Bear, the one I just yelled at a minute ago. He always is by my side, but we have a Chihuahua. Her name is Coco. Coco will be back, I guarantee it, for baseball season because she is the rally Chihuahua, and we need the rally Chihuahua on this show. We also need the Rockets to keep winning. 41-25 now on the season. They're going to get a day off tomorrow, then they're going to get right back to it. They're going to take on the Dallas Mavericks, the ailing Dallas Mavericks. They've got like a billion guys that are hurt. On Friday at the Toyota Center, this homestand continues. 3 more games on it, Friday, Saturday, and Monday against 3 teams that you should beat, Dallas, Chicago, and the Philadelphia 76ers. And I think for that Chicago game, we're going to have a little fun with that one. I'll let you guys know on that one here coming up very soon. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. It's Wednesday. Great rest of your Wednesday night. I will talk to y'all again Friday night after Rockets and Mavs on the Locked On Rockets Postcast.